So, you saw me dicking around with that Komatsu d65e, and I wanted to talk about its history a little bit and where we're going with it. It's actually a customer's dozer. They called us up, told us it's been sitting a little over a year, maybe a little bit longer. They drained the oil out of it. They took one of the cylinders half off, took the hood all off and all that to try and diagnose it and fix it themselves. And then I guess they lost interest or something. They had the oil drained out of it, belly pan off, and a bunch of bolts out of oil pan. So we go over 10-degree weather, put the bolts back in the oil pan, filled it up with about 7 gallons of oil, and she, as you saw in the video, she fired right up. She was a little frozen to the ground, not too bad. But she ended up working her way up out of a hole, as you saw. And we shut it off, went back to the shop, got the truck in the lowboy that you saw in the cold start video previous to that, or I should say videos, which I really didn't get the actual firing up caught on film. Squirrel. But whatever. Came back, fired it back up. About 2/3 of the way down the road, it started pissing oil out from somewhere. But it doesn't really matter because by the way it was sounding and by what we figured out in a short few minutes of diagnosing, she needed a new motor. They had a new motor sitting there to go in it. That's what we're hired to do on it anyway. So it made it about 2/3 of the way up that quarter-mile long driveway before it started leaking. And it made it to right about there when she shut off. Put some more oil in her, fired her back up, loaded her up on the lowboy, as you saw, and brought her back to the shop. Earlier today, got it unloaded, and as soon as it hit the concrete in front of the doors to where we were going to take the blade off so it'll actually fit in the door, she started sounding way worse. And we weren't even running it that hard. Maybe half throttle. Well, what you'll see in videos tomorrow, we got the blade all off, so it all looks like this. Got it inside. And that's pretty much it. Then we'll start recording, tearing it apart and putting a new motor in it. And it's probably going to be a lot of videos on it in next week, as long as I don't get sidetracked with actually working on it. Sometimes it's hard to pull yourself out of a project for a few minutes to actually record what you're doing. But yeah, we'll get her done, son.